With each breath, these old limitations become more and more transparent, more and more powerless. They're not being fought against. They're being outgrown the way a butterfly outgrows its cocoon. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today, we will harness your infinite potential. Within you lies a universe of untapped possibilities. Every single person walking this earth carries within them infinite potential, a boundless capacity for growth, achievement, and transformation that knows no limits. This is a fundamental truth about human nature that science, psychology, and countless success stories have proven time and again. Your brain contains approximately 86 billion neurons, each capable of forming thousands of connections with other neurons. The number of possible neural pathways in your mind exceeds the number of atoms in the observable universe. You carry within your head more potential combinations and possibilities than exist in all of space. But infinite potential is not just about brain power, it's about the remarkable human capacity for adaptation, learning, and reinvention. Consider this: the person you are today is not the person you have to be tomorrow. Every day your cells regenerate, your neural pathways can be rewired, and your capabilities can expand. The limiting beliefs you hold about yourself are just thoughts, and thoughts can be changed. Skills can be developed. There's no such thing as being naturally bad at something in a way that can't be overcome. Whether it's mathematics, art, public speaking, or leadership, every skill can be learned and mastered with the right approach and persistence. Your past doesn't define your future. Where you came from, what happened to you, or what you failed at before doesn't determine what you're capable of achieving. Your potential exists independent of your history. There isn't just one way to succeed or find happiness. There are infinite paths, and this means several profound things. No two journeys are the same. Your path to success doesn't have to look like someone else's. While others climbed the corporate ladder, you might build a business from your garage. While others found love in college, you might meet your soulmate at 45. While others discovered their passion early, you might find yours after 3 career changes. Failure is redirection, not termination. When one path doesn't work out, it's not evidence that you've reached your limits. It's simply information pointing you toward a different route. Every closed door is intelligence about which direction to try next. Multiple definitions of success exist. Success is not confined to wealth, fame, or conventional achievements. Success might be raising children who are kind, creating art that moves people, building a business that serves others, or simply finding deep contentment in a simple life. The infinite paths mean infinite definitions of what making it can look like. You can start at any age, change directions at any time, and begin again as many times as necessary. Some people find their calling at 20, others at 60. Some achieve their dreams quickly, others take decades of preparation. There is no expiration date on your potential. Every choice you make branches into multiple possibilities. Every skill you develop opens new doors. Every person you meet could be a connection to opportunities you've never imagined. Every experience you have adds to your unique perspective and capabilities. If you make just one small improvement each day, whether in your skills, your mindset, your relationships, or your knowledge, the compound effect over months and years becomes extraordinary. Small changes, sustained over time, create transformations that seem miraculous to outside observers, but are simply the natural result of infinite potential being gradually unlocked. The question was never whether you have infinite potential. You do, and you know it. The question is, what will you do with it? Now let's explore the incredible engine that drives your infinite potential, your subconscious mind. This is where the real magic happens, and understanding its power is the key to unlocking everything you're capable of. Your conscious mind, the part you're aware of right now as you listen to these words, is like the tip of an iceberg. It's what you can see, but it represents only a tiny fraction of your mental capacity. Below the surface lies your subconscious mind, a vast, powerful force that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, processing millions of pieces of information and running the complex systems that keep you alive and functioning. While your conscious mind rests, your subconscious continues working. It's solving problems, processing the day's experiences, forming memories, and yes, working on the goals and desires you've impressed upon it. This is why breakthrough ideas often come in the shower, during walks, or upon waking. Your subconscious has been working on solutions while your conscious mind was occupied elsewhere. It controls your body's functions, your heartbeat, breathing, digestion, immune responses, and countless other vital processes are managed effortlessly by your subconscious. It coordinates trillions of cells, manages complex chemical processes, and maintains the miracle of your existence without any conscious effort from you. If it can manage something this complex, imagine what it can do when directed toward your goals. It processes information at incredible speeds. Scientists estimate that your subconscious mind processes approximately 11 million bits of information per second, while your conscious mind handles only about 40 bits per second. This means your subconscious is processing information at a rate roughly 275,000 times faster than your conscious awareness. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. It accepts whatever you consistently feed it as truth, and then works tirelessly to make that truth your reality. It's your automatic goal-seeking mechanism. When you clearly define what you want and consistently focus on it, your subconscious begins working like a heat-seeking missile. It starts noticing opportunities you would have missed, connecting dots you couldn't see consciously, and guiding you toward actions that move you closer to your objectives. It stores everything, every experience you've ever had, every piece of information you've encountered, every skill you've partially learned is stored in your subconscious. This vast library of resources can be accessed and combined in new ways to solve current challenges. This is why people sometimes have intuitive insights that seem to come from nowhere. They're drawing from this incredible database. It runs your habits and automatic behaviors. About 95% of your daily actions are controlled by your subconscious through habits and automatic responses. This means that when you successfully program new positive habits into your subconscious, success becomes automatic rather than requiring constant willpower. One of the most important things to understand about your subconscious mind is that it doesn't evaluate whether your thoughts are good or bad, helpful or harmful. It simply accepts what you consistently think about and works to make it happen. This is both incredibly powerful and potentially dangerous. If you consistently think thoughts like "I'm not good enough," "I always fail," or "success is for other people," your subconscious accepts these as instructions and begins creating evidence to support these beliefs. It will cause you to miss opportunities, make self-sabotaging choices, and attract circumstances that confirm your negative expectations. But then there's a flip side. This is where your infinite potential truly shines. When you consistently feed your subconscious mind positive, empowering thoughts and clear visions of what you want to achieve, it works with the same dedication to make those visions reality. Think of your subconscious mind as the most sophisticated computer ever created, and you have the ability to program it. The programming language is repetition, emotion, and vivid imagery. Repetition creates grooves, just as water carves canyons through rock by flowing along the same path repeatedly. Repeated thoughts carve neural pathways in your brain. The thoughts you think most often become the strongest pathways, which become your automatic responses and behaviors. Emotion accelerates the process. Thoughts charged with strong emotion, whether positive or negative, make deeper impressions on your subconscious. This is why traumatic events can have such lasting impact, but it's also why visualizing your goals with genuine excitement and enthusiasm programs them more effectively. Imagery speaks its language. Your subconscious thinks in pictures, feelings, and experiences rather than words. This is why visualization is so important. When you create detailed mental movies of achieving your goals, complete with how it looks, feels, sounds, and even smells, you're communicating with your subconscious in its native language. When you understand how to work with your subconscious mind, you can transform it from a neutral force into your most powerful ally in realizing your infinite potential. It becomes your 24/7 success partner, constantly working behind the scenes to move you toward your goals. This is why people who seem to have natural luck or who consistently achieve their objectives aren't necessarily smarter or more talented than others. They simply learned how to harness the incredible power of their subconscious mind. The question becomes, what are you programming into this amazing system? Are you feeding it limiting beliefs and negative expectations? Or are you consciously directing its incredible power toward the realization of your dreams and the full expression of your infinite potential? Now, there's one important thing I want you to remember. Your subconscious mind is recording everything. When I say everything, I mean everything that falls within the range of your senses and even beyond your astral senses. Every single moment of every single day. Right now, as you're focused on these words, your conscious mind is filtering out thousands of pieces of information. You're not consciously aware of the feeling of your clothes against your skin, the subtle sounds in the background, the temperature of the air, or the dozens of objects in your peripheral vision. But your subconscious is recording all of it. That discussion at the next table in the restaurant, the phone call your colleagues made while you were working nearby, the conversation your parents had when they thought you weren't listening as a child. Your subconscious heard it all and filed it away. This is why you sometimes find yourself knowing things you don't remember learning, or why certain phrases or ideas feel familiar even when you can't place where you heard them. Every face it sees, your subconscious has been cataloging faces since birth. Not just people you've met, but every face you've glimpsed in crowds, on TV, in photos, walking past you on the street. This massive database of facial recognition data is why you sometimes feel like you recognize someone you've never officially met, or why certain types of faces feel trustworthy or familiar to you. The layout of every room you've entered, the architectural detail buildings you pass by, the natural patterns in parks and landscapes are all recorded. This is why you can sometimes navigate to places you've only been to once, or why certain environments immediately feel comfortable or uncomfortable to you. Your subconscious is constantly reading micro expressions, body language, vocal tones, and energy levels of everyone around you. It's picking up on tension between people before they even realize it themselves, detecting when someone is lying or uncomfortable, and sensing attraction, hostility, or sadness in others even when they're trying to hide it. Scientists estimate that your conscious mind can only process 40 bits of information, while your subconscious processes 11 million bits per second. That gut feeling about a person or situation, that's your subconscious accessing its vast database of recorded information and pattern recognition. It's comparing the current situation to thousands of similar situations it has observed, and giving you an instant analysis based on data you're not consciously aware of processing. What we call intuition is often your subconscious mind connecting dots from its massive collection of stored information. When you have a sudden insight about a problem you've been struggling with, or when you just know something without being able to explain why, your subconscious has been working the data and patterns that your conscious mind never noticed. Even when you think you're not paying attention, your subconscious is learning. It's picking up on social cues, professional dynamics, market trends, relationship patterns, and countless other subtle information streams that shape your understanding of the world. This constant recording has profound implications for your potential in your life. Your environment is programming you. Every environment you spend time in is subtly influencing your subconscious. The conversations you overhear, the people you observe, the energy and attitudes around you. All of this is being absorbed and integrated into your internal programming. This is why spending time around successful, positive people will elevate your own thinking and behavior in ways you don't immediately recognize. You're absorbing success and failure patterns. Your subconscious has been observing and recording how different people handle challenges, pursue goals, interact with others, and respond to setbacks. This massive database of human behavior patterns becomes a resource you can draw from, often unconsciously when facing your own situation. A single overheard conversation, a brief interaction with an inspiring person, or a momentary observation of someone's success strategy can plant seeds in your subconscious that later bloom into significant insights or behavioral changes. You might not remember the specific moment, but the information is there, working in the background. Your subconscious knows your potential better than you do. Your subconscious has been observing not just the external world, but also your own capabilities, reactions, and patterns. It has recorded every moment when you've exceeded your own expectations, every instance when you've surprised yourself with your abilities, and every situation where you've shown hidden strengths. Your subconscious mind has witnessed your infinite potential in action, even when your conscious mind was focused on limitations or failures. It has a complete record of your resilience, creativity, adaptability, and capacity for growth. Data that your conscious mind often dismisses or forgets. This is why when you learn to access and trust your subconscious wisdom, you often discover capabilities you didn't know you had. Your subconscious is not just recording external information. It's building a comprehensive database of your own unlimited potential, waiting for you to consciously acknowledge and harness what it already knows to be true about you. The recording never stops. Right now, this very moment, your subconscious is adding to its infinite library of information, insights, and possibilities. The question is, are you conscious of what you're feeding this incredible system? Or are you ready to start accessing the treasure trove of wisdom and potential it has been quietly collecting for you all along? Beyond everything we've discussed about your infinite potential and your constantly recording subconscious mind lies even more extraordinary truth. You possess untapped powers that exist in dimensions of reality most people never explore. These are the abilities that seem to transcend the ordinary laws of cause and effect. The powers that allow you to directly interface with the fabric of reality itself. Deep within your consciousness lies the ability to manifest experiences, circumstances, and outcomes through the sheer power of focused attention and aligned thought. We're talking about tapping into the fundamental creative force of consciousness itself. Your thoughts are not just electrical impulses in your brain. They are creative forces that ripple out into the quantum field of infinite possibility. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and intentions with precise clarity, you begin to collapse specific possibilities from the infinite field of potential into your experienced reality. People throughout history have accessed this power often without fully understanding what they were doing. They thought intensely about outcomes, felt them as already real, and watched as their external world shifted to match their internal vision. Opportunities appeared from nowhere. People said exactly what they needed to hear. Resources materialized at the perfect moment. What seemed like incredible luck was actually in the manifestation power in action. Perhaps even more extraordinary is your ability to shift between different versions of reality, different timelines, different outcomes, different probable futures. This power recognizes that reality is far more fluid and malleable than most people imagine. Every moment presents you with infinite possible versions of what happens next. Most people experience only the most probable version, the one that follows naturally from their current thoughts, beliefs, and expectations. But you have the ability to consciously select and shift into different probable realities. Versions where you're more successful, more confident, where different opportunities exist, where different outcomes unfold. This shifting happens through a combination of consciousness expansion and quantum intention. When you raise your awareness beyond ordinary consciousness and hold clear intention for a different reality, you move your point of conscious focus to a different probable timeline, the external world that shifts to match this new reality you've selected. Your consciousness is not confined to your physical brain or body. You have the ability to access information that exists beyond the reach of your physical senses, to know things you shouldn't be able to know, to sense things happening at a distance in other realities, to tap into the thoughts and emotions of others. This psychic awareness operates through your expanded consciousness, connecting with the unified field of information that underlies all reality. Every thought, every emotion, every event creates ripples in this field, and your consciousness, when properly attuned, can detect and interpret these ripples. Some people naturally access this information through sudden knowings, gut feelings, or vivid dreams. Others receive information through visual images, sounds, or direct telepathic communication. The specific way your psychic abilities manifest depends on how your unique consciousness interfaces with the information field. Beyond shifting between immediate possibilities lies an even more profound ability: the power to navigate between entirely different life timelines. These are not just variations of your current path, but completely different destinies, different versions of who you could become. The potentials are infinite. Your consciousness exists simultaneously across multiple timelines. Right now, there are versions of you living completely different lives, more successful, more fulfilled, more abundant, more connected to your true purpose. Through advanced consciousness techniques, you can tune into these other timelines and begin drawing elements from them into your current experience. This is how people experience sudden dramatic life transformations that seem to defy logical explanation. They didn't gradually improve their circumstance, they shifted to a timeline where those improved circumstances already existed. Your ordinary waking consciousness operates within very narrow parameters, but you have the ability to expand far beyond these limitations. In expanded states of consciousness, you can gain access to abilities and awareness that seem impossible from your normal perspective. In these states, time becomes fluid. You can experience the past, present, and future simultaneously. Space becomes irrelevant. You can project your consciousness anywhere instantly. The boundaries between self and other dissolve. You can directly experience the thoughts and feelings of others or tap into universal knowledge and wisdom. These expanded states reveal that many of the limitations you accept as absolute are actually just the boundaries of ordinary consciousness. When you transcend these boundaries, you discover that you have access to the capabilities that seem miraculous from your normal perspective. These powers represent the next level of human potential that becomes available when you move beyond the limitations of ordinary, limited consciousness. They emerge when you recognize that consciousness itself is the fundamental creative force in the universe. And by developing and directing your consciousness, you can reshape your reality to any potential possible. The key to accessing these abilities is not in a technique or method, but in expanding your understanding of what potentials are available for your human consciousness. When you truly grasp that reality is far more fluid and responsive to your consciousness than you've been taught, these powers begin to activate naturally. Your infinite potential includes not just what you can achieve within the accepted rules of reality, but your ability to transcend those rules entirely and operate from dimensions of possibility that most people never imagined existed. There are so many different examples of the infinite potentials that are available to you. All around us, we're constantly being reminded that the world is infinite and you have infinite possibilities available to you. In 1987, a janitor named Earl Washington in Detroit was on the verge of losing his home. He had exactly $3 to his name and 3 days before foreclosure. That night, he fell asleep holding a clear image of exactly $47,000, the amount he needed to save his home. He saw it, felt it, and repeated, "This money is already mine," until he drifted off to sleep. The next morning, he received a call that his great aunt, a woman he'd met only once as a child and hadn't thought about in decades, had died and left him exactly $47,000. The attorney explained that she had specifically asked for the nephew who cleans the buildings, though she couldn't remember his name. She had been carrying his childhood photo in her wallet for 30 years. Even more extraordinary, Maria Gonzalez, a single mother in Phoenix, was desperately trying to raise money for her daughter's surgery in 2003. She needed $28,000 and had exhausted every option. One evening, she sat quietly and spoke aloud to the universe, "I need exactly $28,000 for my daughter. Show me how this is possible." 3 days later, she discovered that a bag of groceries she bought contained a rare 1943 copper penny that had somehow made its way into her change. When appraised, it was worth exactly $28,000. The coin expert said the odds of this particular penny ending up in circulation were astronomically impossible. Dr. Jeffrey Thompson documented the case of Sarah Chen, a 34-year-old teacher diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer in 2019. She was given 3 weeks to live. Instead of accepting this prognosis, Sarah entered what she described as a conversation with her cells. For 1 hour each day, she visualized golden light healing every cancer cell while speaking to her body as if it were a dear friend. She told her cancer, "You were created by my own cells, so you are a part of me. I understand you're trying to protect me from something, but I don't need this protection anymore. You can transform back into healthy cells now." After 6 weeks of this practice, her scans showed no trace of cancer. Her oncologist, Dr. Marcus Reed, called it medically impossible and had her tested at 3 different facilities, all confirmed no cancer. She remains healthy today, 6 years later. In 1998, James Morrison, a construction worker in Seattle, was paralyzed from the waist down after a fall. During a thunderstorm 18 months later, he was struck by lightning while sitting on his porch. When he regained consciousness, he could move his legs. Medical examination showed that the electrical surge had somehow regenerated damaged neural pathways that doctors had declared permanently severed. Then there's the case of Amanda Torres. In 2015, a nurse from Denver had a vivid dream about a man with a distinctive scar above his left eyebrow. In the dream, he told her his name was David and that they would meet when the cherry blossoms fall. She had never seen this man before, but felt an overwhelming sense of love and recognition. 6 months later, during cherry blossom season in Washington, D.C., Amanda was visiting for a conference. She got lost looking for her hotel and asked a man for directions. When he turned around, she gasped. It was the exact man from her dream, complete with the scar above his left eyebrow. His name was David Chen, no relation to Sarah from the healing story. When she told him about the dream, he went pale. He pulled out his phone and showed her a photo he'd drawn and dated 6 months earlier, a sketch of a woman with Amanda's exact features. He titled it, "The Woman I'm Supposed to Marry." They were married 8 months later. Even more extraordinary, in 1982, twin sisters separated at birth. Linda Hoffman and Barbara Lewis both felt compelled to visit the same obscure bookstore in Portland on the same day. They had never met, but both described feeling pulled to this specific store to find a book about finding lost family. They reached for the same book simultaneously, looked at each other, and instantly knew they were sisters. DNA tests later confirmed they were twins separated 31 years earlier. Then there's Dr. Anita Moorjani, who I have interviewed. Be sure to check out that interview, who experienced what might be the most documented transcendent miracle of our time during her near-death experience in 2006. While in a coma from end-stage lymphoma, she found herself in an expanded state of consciousness where she could perceive everything happening in the hospital simultaneously. From this expanded awareness, she watched doctors telling her husband she had hours to live. She observed her brother flying in from India before he'd even decide to make the trip. Most remarkably, she perceived all the potential futures branching out from that moment, timelines where she died and one where she returned completely healed. She chose the healing timeline and returned to her body. Within 4 days, her tumors had shrunk by 70%. Within 5 weeks, she was completely cancer-free. But the most extraordinary part, everything she had observed from her expanded consciousness, conversations, her brother's travel plans, medical procedures, was later confirmed to be completely accurate. Robert Chen, again no relation, a software engineer from Austin, experienced what he calls timeline hopping during a meditation session in 2018. He found himself suddenly aware of multiple versions of his life happening simultaneously. In one version, he had become a successful musician. In another, he was a teacher in Japan. In a third, he had never moved away from his hometown. During this experience, he consciously chose to merge elements from the musician timeline into his current reality. When he opened his eyes, he had skills and knowledge about music production that he'd never learned. More remarkably, his computer contained music files that he had no memory of creating, yet they were in his style and saved under his name. 3 of those songs later became hits when he uploaded them online. I've told similar stories of myself, of bullets bouncing off my back to survive, of experiencing incredible healings, of experiencing the most amazing synchronicities. All of these things are just examples of the infinite potential that is available to you. Open yourself to miracles. What makes these miracles even more extraordinary is they all involve precise, specific outcomes, exact dollar amounts, specific healing results, detailed premonitions that manifest perfectly. This suggests that consciousness isn't just randomly creating positive events, but is interfacing with reality at a level where precise manifestation becomes possible. I have needed to manifest exactly $37,000 within a week, and I received the exact amount down to the penny. That coincidence is undeniable. These are not isolated incidents. They are glimpses of human potential that exist beyond the boundaries of our accepted reality. Each miracle represents a moment when someone's consciousness expands beyond ordinary limitations and directly reshapes the fabric of our experience. The question is not whether miracles are possible. These documented cases prove they are. The question is, what would need to shift in your own consciousness to allow such miracles to become possible in your life? Now, just by listening to this, something has begun to shift within you. You can feel it, can't you? A stirring, a remembering, like something long dormant is beginning to awaken. Take a breath, take a deep breath, slow breath. And as you do, allow your eyes to soften their focus or close them entirely. Feel yourself settling deeper into this moment, deeper into this truth that's been building within you. With each breath, You're not just relaxing, you're dissolving the barriers that have kept your true power hidden from you. Feel those old thoughts, those limiting beliefs beginning to lose their grip on you. They are just thoughts, aren't they? Just electrical impulses that have been playing the same old patterns, creating the same old boundaries, regenerating the same old reality. But electricity can be redirected, patterns can be rewritten, boundaries can dissolve like mist in the morning sun. When you say, "I'm not capable of miracles," feel that thought becoming lighter or more transparent. It's losing its weight, its authority over you, because deep down you know it's never true. It was just programming running in the background, and programs can be changed. Now you have the thought, "Success is for other people." Watch that belief begin to crumble. You see now how arbitrary it was, how it was built on nothing more than repeated thoughts that become grooves in your mind. But new grooves can be carved, new pathways can be created. When you think, "I'm limited by my circumstances, my life, my family, my world," I want you to feel that wall begin to dissolve now. You understand in this moment right now and from this moment forward that circumstances are just the current arrangement of energy and possibility, and energy can be rearranged, possibilities can be shifted, realities can be changed. With each breath, these old limitations become more and more transparent, more and more powerless. They're not being fought against. They're being outgrown the way a butterfly outgrows its cocoon. And as these limitations fade, something magnificent is being revealed, something that was always there, just waiting to be uncovered. Can you feel it? That sense of vastness, of infinite possibility, of power that has no limits. You're beginning to remember who you really are. You're not just a human being having a human experience. You are consciousness itself taking a particular form, playing a particular role in this magnificent cosmic drama. You are the universe experiencing itself through the unique lens of your individual awareness. Feel this truth settling into every cell of your body. Your DNA recognizes this truth. It remembers. Your subconscious mind acknowledges this truth. It has been waiting for this moment of recognition. Your entire being is beginning to vibrate at a different frequency, the frequency of unlimited potential. Something ancient and powerful is stirring within you now. Something that has been sleeping, waiting for this moment of awakening. It's the creative force of the universe itself, the same intelligence that spins galaxies and orchestrates the dance of atoms. This force, this substance, this divine intelligence, this godlike power is not separate from you. It is you. It has always been you. You haven't been trying to connect with some external source of power. You have been learning to recognize the infinite power that you already are. Feel it now, rising from the deepest core of your being. It's not coming from outside, it's emerging from within, like a sun dawning in the center of your consciousness. This is your power, your infinite, unlimited, miraculous power. You are the consciousness that shapes reality. You're the intelligence that orchestrates synchronicities. You're the creative force that manifests miracles. You have always been, and you will always be. As this recognition floods through every aspect of your being, feel your entire energy field expand. You're no longer contained by the small boundaries of ordinary consciousness. You are vast, infinite, unlimited. Your thoughts are no longer just thoughts. They are creative commands to the universe. Your intentions are no longer just wishes. They are blueprints for reality. Your dreams are no longer just fantasies. They are previews of coming attractions. The recording device of your subconscious mind is now tuned to infinite possibility. Every moment, it's documenting your magnificence, your power, your unlimited potential. It's recording evidence of the God being you have always been, but we're temporarily pretending not to be. Feel the shift happening now in your energy, in your presence, in your being, in your subconscious mind. You are no longer the same person who began listening to these words. That person was asleep to their true nature. You are awake. You are activated. You are remembering your infinite potential and claiming your divine power. When you open your eyes, whether this moment or any in the future, you will see the world differently. You will see through the eyes of infinite potential. You will move through the world with the consciousness of unlimited possibility. Limitations no longer limit you. You'll see them as temporary illusions to be dissolved. Circumstances will no longer control you. You will recognize them as the raw material to be shaped. Impossibilities will no longer stop you. You'll know them as invitations to demonstrate your miraculous power. You are now operating from your true nature. Infinite, unlimited, miraculous consciousness, having a human experience for the sheer joy and adventure of creation itself. The God within you is fully awake. Your infinite potential is fully activated. Your miraculous power is now online, and this is just the beginning. From this elevated state, from this place of infinite potential and activated power, I want you to do something. I want you to extend your awareness beyond the present moment, beyond the limitations of your linear time, into the vast field of infinite possibility that spreads out before you. Imagine your consciousness expanding like ripples on a cosmic pond, reaching out into the quantum field of all possible potential futures for you. You're no longer looking at just one timeline. You're perceiving infinite possible paths that branch from this very moment. Feel the veil of limitations dissolving completely now. Those old constraints that made you think you could only be one thing, do one thing, achieve within narrow boundaries, they are gone. In their absence, an incredible vista opens before you in your inner vision. Look out now. Look into the field of infinite potential that surrounds you. What do you see? Notice how many different versions of you exist simultaneously. Each one represents a different path, possibility, and expression of your infinite potential. Some may surprise you and some may seem impossible from your old perspective, but from this expanded awareness, you can see them all clearly. Allow your consciousness to scan across the potential futures like a searchlight, revealing treasures in the darkness. Don't judge what you see, just observe and become aware. Perhaps you see a version of yourself where you've discovered a hidden talent that becomes your life's work. Maybe it's artistic or it's healing. Maybe it's something entirely new that doesn't even have a name yet. Feel into that possibility. What does it feel like to be expressing this gift fully? Maybe you see yourself in a completely different location, living a lifestyle that seems impossible from your current circumstances. But as you observe this potential future, you begin to understand the pathway that leads there. Your expanded consciousness can perceive the synchronicities and opportunities and the chain of events that make this transformation possible. You witness yourself surrounded by people who truly see and appreciate who you are. Soul-level connections that feel like coming home. Notice how this version of you attracted these relationships. What qualities were you embodying? What energy were you radiating? As you continue scanning, you become aware of paths that you never even considered before. Opportunities that exist in the spaces between traditional choices. Hybrid realities that combine multiple passions in ways that seem perfectly obvious now. Maybe you see yourself creating something entirely new, a business that doesn't exist yet, an artistic form that hasn't been invented, a way of living that combines elements from different cultures or philosophies. You observe yourself developing abilities that seem superhuman from your current point of view, intuitive powers, healing capabilities, manifestation skills. Notice how each potential future contains within it thousands more branching possibilities your consciousness can perceive, layer upon layer of potential. Each choice point opening into new arrays of possibilities. You're looking at a cosmic tree where every branch splits into infinite more branches. Some paths show you as a teacher, sharing wisdom that transforms thousands of lives. Others reveal you as an innovator, creating solutions to problems that seem unsolvable. Others show you as a bridge between worlds, connecting different groups of people or ideas in ways that create something entirely new. Pay special attention to the possibilities that seem to shimmer with particular energy, the ones that feel closest, most ready to emerge into your current reality. These are the potentials that your subconscious mind has been preparing for, the futures that your soul has been moving toward. You sense new ideas begin to crystallize in your awareness. Business concepts, creative projects, ways of serving others that align perfectly with your unique gifts. No need to force clarity. Just allow these insights to bubble up naturally from the field of infinite possibility. You are becoming aware of people you have not met yet, but will soon encounter. Individuals who play key roles in your unfolding potential. And as you continue scanning, you're not just observing these possibilities, you're downloading the blueprints into your subconscious mind, into its informational architecture, the energetic templates that will guide their manifestation. Your subconscious mind is recording the pathways, the strategies, the states of consciousness that create each potential future. Feel this information integrating into every level of your being. Your cells are learning how to vibrate at the frequency of these elevated possibilities. Your neural pathways are recognizing to support these new realities. Your energy field is aligning with magnetic signatures that will attract these opportunities. From this expanded perspective, you don't have to choose just one path. Your infinite consciousness can explore multiple possibilities simultaneously. You can begin manifesting elements from several different potential futures, creating a reality that's richer and more multidimensional than anything you've previously imagined. You see now that limitations are just a matter of perspective. From the ground level, you can only see one path ahead. From this elevated consciousness, you can perceive the vast network of possibilities that always are available to you. After this scanning process completes, feel all this awareness integrating into your current moment consciousness, downloading into your subconscious architecture. You're bringing back with you not just the vision of what's possible, but the knowing of how to access these possibilities, elevating and enhancing your intuitive abilities now. The pathways are now activated, the blueprints are downloaded, the infinite field of potential is now consciously available to you. You will carry this expanded awareness of what's truly possible for your life with you. Every choice you make from this point forward will be informed by this greater perspective. Every step you take will be guided by this infinite wisdom. As your consciousness continues to scan across these infinite possibilities, something extraordinary is beginning to emerge from the field of potential. Something so magnificent, so aligned with your deepest essence that it seems to radiate with its own inner light. Feel your awareness being drawn to this particular timeline, this one possibility that seems to pulse with special significance. This is not just any potential future, this is your most amazing potential future. The one where every aspect of your infinite nature finds its perfect expression. Allow this vision to come into perfect focus now. Allow your expanded consciousness to reveal what wants to be seen. This future version of yourself exists in a reality where every limitation has been transcended. Every gift has been fully activated. Every dream has not just been achieved, but surpassed in ways you couldn't imagine. Look at this version of yourself, really see them, notice how they carry themselves. There's something different about their energy, isn't there? They move through the world with absolute confidence, knowing without a doubt they are the conscious creator of their reality. Every step they take radiates power, purpose, and infinite possibility. See the life this version of you has manifested. Perhaps you've created something that has never existed before, a new form of art that transcends all boundaries, a technology that solves humanity's greatest challenge, a way of healing that seems miraculous. Maybe they've become a bridge between worlds, someone who can translate ancient wisdom into modern understanding, who can unite opposing forces through the sheer power of their expanded awareness. Notice how abundance flows to them effortlessly, not just material abundance, though that's certainly present, but abundance of love, freedom, creative opportunity, synchronicity, joy. They live in a constant state of miraculous manifestation where the universe seems to conspire to support their every intention. See the people who surround this version of you. These aren't just any relationships, these are soul-level connections. Notice the impact this version of you is having on the world. Your very presence elevates everyone around you. You're not just successful in the conventional sense, you've transcended conventional definitions of success entirely. See the deep, unshakable joy that radiates from every cell of their being. And now look more closely at this magnificent version of yourself. Look into their eyes. Do you see it? Do you recognize the truth that's looking back to you? This isn't just a potential future. This is who you really are. The magnificent being isn't someone you might become someday. This is your true nature. This most amazing potential future is not distant. It's right here, right now, in this moment, waiting for you to step into it fully. Feel this recognition flooding through your entire being now. The gap between who you are and who you could be is collapsing. You're not trying to become this amazing version of yourself. You are remembering that you already are this amazing version of yourself. It is your birthright. It is the natural expression of the infinite consciousness that you are. All that's required is to step fully into this truth, knowing completely, to claim this reality as your own, to allow this magnificent potential to emerge through you. Feel yourself beginning to merge with this most amazing version of yourself. Their consciousness is becoming your consciousness. Their certainty is becoming your certainty. Their power is becoming your power. The boundaries between your current self and this amazing potential are dissolving. You're not reaching towards some distant future. You are expanding into your present magnificence. The amazing life that you witnessed is not just waiting for you. It is available right here, right now, in this very moment. You are that magnificent being. You always have been. You always will be. It is done. Your infinite potential has been activated. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com. And welcome to The Reality Revolution.